Here's everything you need to know about the 2023 Royce Cullinan in just 5 minutes. This car is also available for rent, lease, or buy at Platinum Group. All information in the description below.
You are now in the presence of a king.
Now let's start with the hefty price tag of $440,000. Now clearly this is a Rolls Royce, so obviously we have massaging seats. We have 8 different modes, 3 different level of intensities, and 24 different massages. And when you see a Rolls Royce Cullinan, including that big massive front grille, you can never mistake it for anything else on the road. So not only is the Spirit of Ecstasy a centerpiece on the outside of the car, she's also a centerpiece on the inside of the car, because that's how you control the infotainment system, and you can also do it by touchscreen. And fellas, I believe that's Rolls Royce's special way of always making sure that there's a lady present inside your luxury SUV. You can also control your roof starliner by having your stars get brighter or dimmer or on or completely off. And as I'm back here stargazing on this beautiful black and white interior, just like me, I'm sitting back here with nice AC vents that keep me cool or hot, whatever I choose. I got a black mini armrest right there where I can sit back on, and I'm plush in these plethora seats, staring at the stars. And in case that isn't luxurious enough for you, Rolls Royce made it to where you have power headrests that go up and down with a simple push of the button. And in case other people didn't know on the road what this was, they at least know it's a Rolls Royce at minimum, because when you're driving, that double R sits still on them rims, which is a real nice touch. Your engine stop start button is also on the left side of the steering wheel. We got a 6.75 liter twin turbocharged V12 giving you 563 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. And we even got a double R for Rolls Royce on the engine oil cap, and we got a 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Now I wouldn't usually do this in a Rolls Royce. And it feels awkward doing it, but it's 0 to 60 is pretty impressive for a 3-ton car. And you can even take this luxurious SUV off-road by simply clicking off-road. So we have 3 different driving modes. We have off-road mode, which we're in right now. We hit down and we get to our normal comfort mode. And if we hit one more down, then we got a more sportier look, which is gonna give you easy entry mode. You have a lamb wool carpet that's so comfortable, you'll never allow anybody to wear their shoes in here ever again. Now, most people's vents on their car, you have to slide a thing or move it up and down. This simply has a push and a pull to get the vents to fully open and close. As you can see on the screen, we got 8 total preset buttons, which can be set to anything, but it's a default way for the 8 to be able to let up the Spirit of Ecstasy and let down the Spirit of Ecstasy. You will never forget to put on your seatbelt either, because Rolls Royce has the best reminder to put on your seatbelt that will not make you angry. How can you get tired of that? You can also see 360-degree bird's eye view of this Rolls Royce Cullinan. So if you're ever in a sticky or tight situation, you know how to proceed moving into it. You have cup holders and an armrest with tons of storage in the front and also in the rear. You can also control your tailgate to open up fully, 3/4 way, halfway, or a quarter way, or pretty much all the way closed. So if you're in a tight spot, you don't ever have to worry about hitting your trunk on the roof or on a wall. Now, Rolls Royce has not only 1, but 2 umbrellas for both rear seat passengers in case you ever want to get chauffeured. You can check your oil levels right here from the inside of the car, so that way you don't ever have to get out and get your hands dirty. And now if you look on the digital cluster, you have a double R in the power reserves, a double R in the middle of the speedometer, and a double R on the fuel gauge, and a double R in the middle of the steering wheel, which is nice and comfortable and wrapped perfectly in case you lose sight of the Spirit of Ecstasy on the front of the hood. So here are a few of my personal pros and cons about the 2023 Rolls Royce Cullinan. First things first, I'm gonna have to say the starliner. Did you know that you can get the star pattern to match the identical day you were born? Next up is how you can get in the car and simply push a button to close the door. And lastly, but not least, is gonna be the fact that you can access the trunk from the rear seat right by just pulling down the armrest. Speaking of the trunk areas, how much cargo space and practicality you have back there. And you can also raise and lower the ground under the trunk area, and you even have a tailgate to sit on. Now, my cons are the temperature gauges. I do not like how they red and blue and they slide. It's just super old school, and I know it's a Rolls Royce thing, but they gotta modernize that somehow, some way. The cheaply built gear shifter along with the windshield wipers for this price tag is just unacceptable. And last but not least, I'm gonna have to say the ambient lighting, because you should have way more than just 2 colors of white to choose from. Now, even though my pros are tied with the cons, I'm gonna have to say this is worth the buy for this price tag. But me personally, I wouldn't buy it. But you drop a comment below and let me know right now, would you? Now that's everything I think you need to know about the 2023 Rolls Royce Cullinan in just 5 minutes.